So Investors in People is an internationally recognised standard that is held by over 10,000 organisations globally and benchmarks best people management practices.
In 2013, the business started to scale quite dramatically. We were really growing up as a business, and one of the things we didn't want to do was lose the unique startup culture that had evolved over time. We had a little think about what we wanted to do. Investors in People looked like a good fit, and we had a lovely assessor come in late 2014, Julie Allen, and she really covered what we were doing well. We did actually fit quite well into the IIP benchmark, but there were a few gaps that we needed to work on.
And I think it's fair to say one of the first questions that she asked us was, do you have embedded values in Learning Pool? And whilst the answer to that was yes, and the values were really wrapped around the culture that, was transparent within the organisation, they weren't the same as the values that were stuck to the wall. So, if you went out and asked anybody what list the Learning Pool values, I think there were 7 of them at the time.
There were 7. We had them, but they weren't embedded. I think that was the key.
They were things like be curious, be innovative, that sort of thing. Yeah, they didn't really stack up with the culture. So we quickly realised that, we need to do a job on this, and we need to reevaluate what we're looking for here to support this really great culture that we have. Exactly. So I think Emma, yourself and myself embarked on a project where we took a focus group together from across the business. We had some senior people, we had people actually at all levels.
All departments, all levels,
and we did a few workshops, and we came up with the values that we have today that you hear people talk about on a day-to-day basis. And actually there's only 3 of them. Emma, you want to have a go?
I knew you were going to do that. So it's got your back, do the right thing, and let's build to grow.
And I think from that, we've used that framework, we've built on that framework. We work really hard to make sure that, everybody is bought into those values, because they're both internally focused and externally focused. If we get that right with great people management and really effective people, the world is our oyster.
We really had to show that the culture was embedded in Learning Pool. I would love to sit here and say that it was some clever marketing spin, but it really wasn't. Our assessor, Andy Galloway, came in, and we needed to kind of prove what we were saying was actually working in practice.
And I think it's true to say, recruitment in a tech environment is cutthroat at the minute. There's so many competing organisations looking for the same pool of talent. So employee engagement is massive, and
it's not a soft option for us, it's something.
We really, really work hard at maintaining that. And I think after we had the original accreditation, in order for the re-accreditation, we had to really work even harder, because now the team was bigger. We introduced a secondment policy. So we acquired a team in Nottingham through our acquisition of MindClick, and we put together this secondment package which allowed employees to transfer between offices. So for example, a number of people from Northern Ireland went to Nottingham. They spent a year there, and their main role...
Well, one of them didn't come back.
Well, yeah, she's still there. So she is still there. So what their main aim for that year was to be an ambassador of the culture, to really embed that culture in the new office and make sure that it was relatively consistent throughout the sites, and that the values also I guess were embedded as well and important to that team in the job that they do for Learning Pool. So at Learning Pool there is a focus on continuous improvement. People are encouraged to bring forward ideas or suggested changes to processes, and are supported by a culture that encourages innovation.
It's not just the opinions of the team. So we've built a reputation in the market for being innovative, and part of that is making sure that we're building what clients need now and in the future, and we're able to successfully deliver on those expectations.
So the values for us aren't just words, they're really about the practices and reflect the culture of Learning Pool. They're really ingrained in our business and everything that we do. And in the 4 years that we've had the Investors in People accreditation, we've doubled our employee numbers, we have done 3 acquisitions, we have opened 4 new sites, we have achieved diversity mark for our work on diversity and inclusion. We've also won international CSR awards, and we've tripled our revenue. So that's not a coincidence. That is all about good people management and getting the best out of our team.
Yeah, and it's about the culture of openness and trust as well in Learnable. And I think that's something we've successfully done and kept going across sites, particularly at our rate of growth. So we recently completed the 3rd acquisition in as many years, and our customer base is now 800 organisations. We are in 23 countries. So when you take all that into account and our customer satisfaction rate is as high as ever, it's something pretty remarkable.
That we're very proud of it.
Yeah, definitely. This is back to our culture of trust and openness within Learnable. And I think it's fair to say I've never heard anyone say we're not making that change, because it's always been done that way. And we actively ask people for their opinions and ideas, from junior staff to people who have been here for years.
I think it's fair to say on any given day as well, you know, you'll see any junior member of the team talking to any senior member of the team, bouncing ideas off them. We really promote an open door policy right throughout the business. We even bring our non-execs in to talk to the team, you know, and just talk to them about the strategy and where the business is going, so everybody is bought into that strategy. So a couple of years ago, we introduced the Business Improvement Group, which is a platform for any employee really to put forward an idea. So that idea can be about how we improve a practice in our actual business, how we improve a process and make it more efficient.
Or something in the office maybe, you know, even around environmental policies as well. So there's always loads of ideas every month on what we can do just to make it that wee bit better.
Or even around the customer engagement piece. So we really encourage our team to sort of, you know, put forward their ideas. And the other thing is we create a lot of career opportunity for people in the business. So we've people that have started here, you know, in junior roles. They've moved into sales roles, into account manager. Emma, you moved into a marketing role. We've people moved to be developers, QAs. You know, really, you know, if they want a career path, then that is theirs to make happen.
And the career progression's fully supported. And we offer training, and there's a
fairly big budget for that on an annual basis, and some of that is internal training. Sometimes we use external suppliers, and a lot of it could be coaching and mentoring from other people that are doing similar roles within the business.
A couple of months ago, Ben Betts, our new CPO, introduced a Skunkworks initiative called Learnable Labs, and this is where anyone in the business, no matter what level they were at, could pitch an idea. So we had 4 people in the final, and it was a Dragon's Den style pitch, and it was great fun.
It was really good fun.
And the winner's idea is now in progress, and it's happening behind the scenes.
It's in production. It was great fun, and I think the whole idea is that, you know, going forward every 9 months, 12 months, we will open that again and ask for more submissions to shape the direction of the product.
And to also get our customers involved as well, so it's all very exciting.
And the team were actually really excited about it, and I think whilst the first group were really brave, now the second group won't be as scared because they've seen it before, you know. We create a culture of appreciation where people are encouraged to perform their best. So we look a lot at what our employees are asking us for. So to do that, as well as the investors and people, we have worked with the best companies to look at employee engagement, and we do that annually. And we really spend some time looking at the results that we receive from that, and analysing what are our employees asking for. So whilst everybody likes a nice salary and benefits package, there are other things that, you know, contribute to employee engagement. So for example, this year we introduced an employee assistance program, we introduced life assurance, we introduced a policy whereby everybody has 2 days off to spend on their CSR initiative of their choice, really, and that is something that really ties into our culture well as well, because we are all about being, you know, responsible in the communities that we work in across the various locations. Well, so because we focus on creating a culture of high performance and a highly motivated team, they really do deliver on their promises. So if you look at that in real life at Learnable, we have a customer success team who take over 2,000 tickets in a week, working on end user queries and issues. They run at a 96% plus exceptional service rate. We also have 98% of our customer surveys say that they would recommend us as a provider.
Yeah, and I think that has been pretty consistent, that 98% recommendation rate for around 10 years now, and given how much we've grown, it's pretty remarkable. I think when all is said and done, there's something, I mean, awards are nice and it's great to have the shiny trophies out in the cabinet, but there's something pretty special about working for a company that cares about its people, cares about the community, and really cares about customers. And for me and lots of the team, coming into work each day and knowing the people around you support you, want you to do well, and ultimately they have your back.
And I think for me it's about, if you get the people management right and have a high performing team supported by a really collaborative culture and strong values, then everything else will follow.